Fernsehgarten steht. Danke. Thank you so much.
Are we excited? All right, all right. So I want to be sure that you can hear me. I want to be sure that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me and you can see me. All right. All right. Everybody can hear me. Everybody can see me. So I want to welcome you guys, especially to tonight's graduation ceremony. All right. And I intentionally started with the song Stand Up for the Champion. Yeah, because everybody who successfully completed this 21 days of content marketing, you all are champions. All right. Yay, we're excited. Ayodeji, I see you, my yard people. I see you, Timida, you're my amazing virtual assistant. Business stories and folk tales. Thank you guys for showing up. So whether you're joining on YouTube or you're joining on LinkedIn, I want to welcome everybody, especially to tonight's graduation. This is going to be very short. We're going to be very fast at it. In say 45 minutes or thereabout, we are done and we are out of here. I'm really excited to finally be doing this. Why am I excited? So I actually had the inspiration to go on this content marketing training and community sometimes last year. I think it was March last year. And I just stalled. I kept stalling and stalling. I didn't follow up on the idea. And I mean, March 2024, and we're currently in February 2025. So it took me like close to 9 months to finally decide to do this. And one of the things about me is if I really want to do something, I want to put in all of my best. All right. I want to put in all of my best because I mean, if I'm going to do it, then I want to do it. There's a saying that says, whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. So if I'm not going to commit, if I'm not going to give my best, I don't want to be a part of it. You know, if you know me and you have followed me for a while, I pride in the fact that the things that I do, they are premium and it is intentional. I do not do anything substandard. I want everything I do to have a touch of excellence. And if you are, or if you were in the first cohort of this content marketing challenge, I hope you can testify to the fact that I gave my best to you guys, even though the first cohort was absolutely free. All right. We had 95 people joined the first cohort, and it was an amazing time. Let's say about 50% were active. You know, like they always say, when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. All right. But I want to say congratulations to everybody who did, you know, paid attention, and you know, to the rest that didn't pay attention. They just proved that code. Very true. I really hope you have had a wonderful experience, and we had some amazing testimonials during the first cohort, which for me is proof that one, God wanted me to do this. All right, God wanted me to do this. God wanted me to share from the wealth of what I know, as it has to do with marketing and primarily content marketing. That's the first proof. The second proof also is that the things that I know and that I teach, they work. All right. It is that what the things that I know and I teach, they work. I can say it and, you know, beat my chest that they work. Yeah, they worked for me. And amazingly, we have had a community of about 95 people and it worked for them. All right. So that's proof that they work. So very quickly, very soon I'm going to display some testimonials, and then I have some of my community members that are going to come live and share their testimonial. But you know, quickly, I got on a call yesterday with a Nigerian, I don't want to say lady, she's a woman, she's a lecturer. I won't mention the university. She's a lecturer, she lectures radiology. And she bought one of my courses, and then we got on a call. We had to, you know, have an interaction online. And when we got on the call, I'm like, where did you find me? She said she found me on Medium. All right. When have you been following me on Medium? So I've been following you since, I think, November or December last year. You know the beautiful thing, she said something, and I'm going to hold on to that, and I'm reiterating it because it makes sense. She said, I stumbled on your Medium article on Google, and then I checked the article, and then I followed you, and then kept reading and reading. And before I know it, you gave me a free ebook, free. Man, she's not so vast in this whole online thing. Marketers like you and me know that free ebook is not really free, it's a lead magnet. I'm giving you the ebook, you're giving me your email. All right. So she said, oh, and you gave me a free book. All right. Amen. It's just so beautiful. And then I kept reading your articles and reading your articles. And yesterday, so yesterday is Saturday. Yesterday will now be Friday now. Yesterday, I'm just like, why not buy something from this guy? So apparently, she followed me on Medium, downloaded my lead magnet, and she's been reading my email newsletters. I send email newsletters to my email list twice a week. She's been reading my email newsletter where I'm educating people, informing them. Sometimes I promote whatever stuff I want to promote. I didn't even promote anything in this last email, but she finally got to that point where she felt like, oh, this guy has been good to me, and I think I want to learn something about writing. Who best to teach me if not this person? You get the logic. So, in the course, I taught you customer's journey. So the first contact with me, which is like the awareness stage, was in November, and then she started the journey with me. She finally got to the bus, or you can call the bus stop, 3 days ago, after 3 months, and she swiped her card and she bought something. And even on the call yesterday, she was already talking about, oh, after this, it was a low ticket product, not really low, but at least low. And she was already talking about, oh, after this low ticket, I want to engage you in your training for 3 months. I mean, how do you take a total stranger from that point where they get to find you online, and then you take them on a journey where now they like you? I mean, they trust you. They like you, they trust you enough to say, I'm going to buy this. Like I said, she's based in the UK, so she bought in pounds. All right. So it's content marketing at its best. And, I felt like I had a lot to share, which was the inspiration behind this program. And I really want to say, I feel to an extent fulfilled that for the people who joined the first cohort, even though it was free, people got massive results. If you are in cohort 2, which is paid, you can be rest assured that whatever it is I gave myself, or whatever it is I gave of myself in the first cohort, is going to be super, super double in the next cohort. I'm going to be in the community with all of my energy, my vibe, and with everything that I know, ensuring that you also get to master how to sell, social selling, how to sell on the internet without this icky feeling of, this typical salespeople, marketing people. You're just going to be selling stylishly, and people are going to be buying from you with joy. I mean, people are going to be buying your stuff with joy, with happiness. There is no feeling like you're conning them out of their money. And if you're good at what you do, they buy from you, you deliver on your promise, you can be sure that they are sold on you for life. All right. So, like I said, 2 things this first cohort did for me. It really confirmed that perhaps I should have started this, since last year when I got the inspiration, but it's never too late. Then it also confirmed that what I know, what I teach, can not only work for me, or does not only work for me, it can also work for other people. And we have seen it work and work and work and work and work and work. Like I said, we're going to have maybe a few testimonials tonight. Some of the persons that should have given their testimonies cannot join us tonight because they are probably not available doing something at this moment. So quickly, but we have a screenshot. Let me not say we. I have a screenshot of some of the amazing testimonials that we have had in the cohort, and I'm just going to quickly display a few of them. Then 2 or 3 out of the people will then come up by themselves and speak about the program. Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen very quickly, very quickly. Can you see my screen? And not to forget, we have built an amazing community, an amazing community, and I think everybody who was part of the first cohort can testify to this. We even had somebody, more or less like write a song, or, did more or less like a like a song during the cohort, and it was beautiful. Everybody came out for her, supported her. This is I think I'm finally building what I've always wanted to build, and it's super amazing. All right. So just quickly, a few testimonials on screen, and then I have some people backstage. Jennifer's story is one of the amazing stories of this cohort. Why is it amazing? Because Jennifer had never been active on LinkedIn until January. You know, everybody comes into the new year, say, New Year, new me. This is what I'm doing this year. So I think one of Jennifer's goals for 2024 was to finally become active on LinkedIn and seeing the challenge. I mean, I made the post and then she stumbled upon the post somehow. And she's like, okay, let me give this a try out. Maybe this is going to help me start out on LinkedIn. And if you go check Jennifer's profile on LinkedIn right now, she looks like a superstar. She looks like a pro. I mean, how do you come on LinkedIn in 3 weeks and then you show up and it's looking like you've been around for so long? And she's beginning to attract opportunities, which is beautiful, which is like the testimony or the testament of what content marketing can actually do for you if you learn it and you know how to, wield your power. Ayodeji Bamboye, amazing testimony. So I read Ayodeji's testimony and I'm like, wow. So she said she came online and she's like, oh, this year I want to be active or I want to be, consistent. And she's been seeing a lot of challenges flying around. And she's like, okay, I'm going to register for this, register for this, register for this. And she registered for a lot of all of the challenges. Then finally she had to make a decision. Which of the challenges am I going to settle for? And she checked what everybody was offering. And she felt like, okay, so I think I'm going to do this content marketing thing with Ajayi Olalekon. And then she came on board, and from her testimonial, she's had an amazing time, connected with people, received messages from people. We're now beginning to see how she was showing up, and they're like, oh, I like the way you're showing up. And then the one of the biggest one was that she got leads and she also landed a job, which is super amazing. I'm just going to show you one more, and then I will take some of the live testimonials. Novu, I think she's going to be around. I want to be sure I pronounce that name very well. I'm thinking it's either Novu or Novu. When you come on air, I want you to please correct me. All right. She got an offer to become a member of a reputable NGO, a board member during the challenge, which is also beautiful and amazing. So I'm just going to take all of this away. There are a lot. All right. This is like how many pages? 13 pages, and it does not even cover every of the testimonials we had during the session. This another person who got a gig, another person who got, some massive growth, massive engagement. All right, so I'm just going to take this away and bring myself back, and I'm just going to see who is ready to join me live to share their testimonial. If you are at the backstage, now it's time to turn on your camera. Okay, yeah, I think Jennifer is ready. Hey, yo, you're live already. I saw you shaking your head. Can you speak? I want to be sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Speak.
Yes, I can.
All right, our beautiful Jennifer.
Good evening,
You look
everybody.
amazing. All right.
Good evening, my community, my LinkedIn community. I'm Jennifer, and yes, I shared a testimony, and I'm here to affirm it again and again. I joined the LinkedIn challenge, and it's been one of the best decisions I've made this year because initially I was so scared. I was like, how do I even start on LinkedIn? LinkedIn, this space is so professional. Whenever I come online, I see people writing brilliantly. I'm like, where do I start from? And all of a sudden, I saw this challenge. It was like God sent, and I've seen amazing results. I've gotten engagements, I've gotten leads, and hopefully, I'm going to get great gigs very soon. So thank you, Coach D. You were so amazing. Special shout out to everybody that engaged on my post every single day. You all are the real MVPs. I am so grateful. Thank you.
All right, Jennifer, I think you need to show us your face more on LinkedIn. You are beautiful and you've got good voice. All right. So one of the things I want to help you do in the second cohort is to get more confident to show your beautiful face. All right. So I tell people, I'm saying it to you, I tell a lot of people too. When you come on the internet to build a personal brand, you must identify your strength. And when you find your strength, play to your strength. For example, there are some guys in the second cohort, they are designers. And I can always tell them, for example, I am a writer, and that's my strength. If you're a designer, for example, and we're both on LinkedIn, you will be wrong kind of to want to compete with me with writing. All right. I mean, create your writing and your stuff, but you may really not be able to operate at the level that someone like me does. But if you're a designer, I am bad at designs, all right? Well, I won't say I'm bad. People say they like my designs once in a while, so I may not be all that bad, but I'm not good at design. It's not my thing, all right? So if you're a designer, then you're going to need to do more of creating carousels, doing amazing carousels and all that. So find your strengths. Can I give you a gist? One of your strengths is that you are beautiful, so we should see your face more. That's a summary of it all.
Thank you.
All right. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. Who is next? Who is next? I'm trying to think. Itunu, are you ready? Um, okay, I'm trying to bring up the next person. Itunu, as soon as you're ready, let me know. Just turn on your camera and I'm gonna bring you up the stage. Itunu, are you ready? All right. So while we're waiting for the other people to come on stage to share their, so I know all of the guys in the cohort are watching, and as we this is send forth, or as we disengage and disembark, whatever it is you want to call it, the beauty, the truth of the matter is, challenges like this, not everybody gets results. I mean, within the 21 days, all right? And like I always tell people, one of the things you can do for yourself is to decide to play a long-term game, all right? One of the trick of content marketing is that when you do content marketing, do not expect results overnight. Content marketing is a long-term game. Okay, for example, the lady that I spoke about who bought my program from UK started following me in November, and she finally got the product at the end of January. That's 3 months. 3 months of nurturing. Content marketing is about building a relationship with your customers, with your potential customers, bonding with them, taking them on a journey where you are serving them, where you're showing up for them, where you're educating them, informing them, and building a rapport with them. There's something we call the KLT index, the know, like, and trust index. So your goal during the journey is to ensure they know you now, but they will not buy from you until they like you. They will not buy from you until they trust you. All right. So what you're doing is you're taking them on a journey where you're showing up for them. They know you already. Now they are getting to like you bit by bit because you're helping them. All right. All of us love people that help us, people that are there for us. So when you're showing up as a brand and you're helping, you're serving your potential customers, they begin to like you. And then because you have helped them over a period of time, they finally get to that point where they feel like, oh, finally, I think this person has been very helpful. They deserve to get my money. And at that point, they will swipe their card. They will buy almost anything you sell. Why? Because they feel if you have been this helpful with with free stuff. So the lady said, oh, then you gave me a free ebook and yada, yada, yada. And oh man, I finally feel like I want to experience, your paid programs. And that is the beauty of content marketing. You're going to be selling, and the people who engage with your content will not feel that you're selling, because much of the time why people resist marketing and selling is, marketers and salespeople often come off to us as con men, people that are just trying to get your money. They just don't care about you. They care about meeting targets and getting bonuses and all that. But when you use content marketing, you are not under any pressure. The audience is not under any pressure. You're just bonding with them and building a relationship, and ultimately that relationship ends in a transaction in most of the cases. And even if it does not end with the person buying from you, sometimes they refer you. Sometimes when it gets to a point where they're in a meeting or they're in a boardroom and they're having conversations around what you do, because you have been showing up, you have been helpful, you have been very resourceful for them, they will recommend you, to their company, to their friends, to their families, and all of that. So, like I said, as we disembark today, this is something you want to keep doing, all right? I have hundreds of testimonies from my own business of the power of content marketing. I have countless testimonies, countless testimonies. So this works. It has worked for me. It keeps working, and it will keep working, all right? So play the long term game. One of the things I told myself when I started my business in 2020 was that I was going to do this online thing for 10 years. All right. I started in 2020. I told myself, we're going to do this till 2030. If we do it till 2030, if it does not work, I will pat myself on the back and be like, oh, Ajayola Leko, you really tried. 10 years. If it did not work, it's not because you didn't try your best. You tried. Now you can take a bow. All right. But this is 2025. It's not even 5 years that I've been in this online business. It's going to be 5 years by June 2025. This works. It has worked. It is working. It will continue to work. All right. And I sometimes feel like I've just scratched the surface. The opportunities that are on the internet, they are limitless. So I shared with some members of my community. Actually, in 2019, I was pursuing becoming a lecturer, a university lecturer. So I did my master's in Unilag in 2019, and my goal was to then proceed to start my PhD. Then came the pandemic. I couldn't finish my project and all that. The pandemic was like a moment of truth for me. It was in all of that lockdown and all that that I'm thinking, what else can I do? And then came the idea to finally take my writing professional and then begin to build a business, build an agency. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to put this lecturing thing, I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to just, see what I can do with this online thing. Because after all, you can show up online, teach people too. You can start creating video content on YouTube, for which I have 2 YouTube accounts. You can start creating content on Instagram, on TikTok, and you can have access to teach people all over the world. If I was a lecturer today, I'll probably be in the 4 walls of a classroom. Maybe every semester I will have 2 or 3 classes, with maybe 50 to 100 people. I'll probably be impacting 100 to 300 people every semester. But with the internet, I currently have over 35,000 followers across all of my social media channels. Yesterday, getting on that call with a woman, she is a senior lecturer in a university in Nigeria. So I teach lecturers now. That's what I wanted to say. So the guy who was aspiring to be a lecturer to go teach students, right now, leveraging on the internet, now teaches lecturers. And I shared the amazing breakthrough last year when Bellevue University from Nebraska, USA reached out to me, found one of my articles on Medium, and they said they wanted to use the article as one of their course curriculum for ENG 100 in their university. And they were going to pay. And then we had the back and forth, reached an agreement, and then they paid me in dollars. All right. We signed a 3 years agreement. So right now, the guy who was aspiring to be a lecturer in 2019 is somewhere here in Nigeria. His article is currently in a university in USA, and they are mentioning his name every other week as they are teaching, according to Ajayola Leko. According to Ajayola Leko. All right. That is the beauty on the power of the internet. All right. So, guys, I'm saying this to encourage you that when you have started building this 2025, you cannot predict where it will take you and how far it will take you. The opportunities are limitless. The opportunities are boundless. Even your mind cannot completely conceive it. And I posted last week on LinkedIn too. Jarvis signed over 100 million naira contract with Samsung. Same Jarvis that just came on TikTok and was doing this artificial intelligence robot, kind of mimicking thing. And that was all she was doing, catching crews. And then she probably began to monetize her TikTok and, getting some dollars. I hear some of these guys make $1,000 to $2,000 on their live stream every time they show up for their live stream. But finally, the same Jarvis, Samsung has seen value in the brand she has built. Over the few years she began to show up on TikTok, that they are willing to commit over 100 million naira to sign her as an ambassador for the brand. Guys, the opportunities on the internet are massive. You cannot exhaust it in your lifetime. So, guys, for those that are not joining the second cohort, I want to trust that you will continue with the fire, with the momentum that you have built, and keep building on that momentum. For the guys that are in the second cohort, I'm going to see you guys again, and we're going to take it a step higher. All right. If you're watching either from YouTube or LinkedIn, and you really want to get some amazing results on LinkedIn, I want to encourage you. Join us for cohort 2. Send me a DM on LinkedIn. Send me, if you're on WhatsApp, send me. Just reach out to me and come join us. I want to show you the power of content marketing when it comes to selling on the internet. All right. When it comes to selling on the internet. And in the second cohort, we're going to be having some wonderful trainings. I'm going to be training you on how to 10x your income in 2025. I'm going to give you some amazing strategies. Like, let's say maybe 2024 you made 1 million. I'm going to show you how that can go from 1 million to 10 million. All right. And I'm not kidding you. These strategies work. They will work for you. It worked for me last year. So they are going to be, I teach things that I do, and I do the things that I teach. All right. If you were in the first cohort, you saw that all of my examples were my own practical experience. So in the second cohort, I'm going to be teaching you strategies that has worked for me. I'm also going to be teaching a lot on marketing, cold pitching, warm pitching, how to do all of this the right way. And you'll get amazing results. And we're going to do a little bit of personal branding, how to build a magnetic brand on the internet, a brand that people see and they love, and they want to farms you. They want to farms you. They want to be in your circle. They also want to pay you premium for your service. In case you guys don't know, as a ghostwriter in the last 4 years, I have not worked for a Nigerian, all right? And I say it with every joy. I've worked for only 2 Nigerians. Okay, so let me put it in perspective. I worked for only 2 Nigerians, but they are Nigerians based in the diaspora. All right. Every other client I've worked for are either from US, UK, or Canada. 98% actually from US. How do you go about building such an intentional brand where you can attract international opportunities? One of the things we're going to be looking at in the second course. So if you're in the second course, congratulations. We're going to have an amazing time in the second cohort. And now that you are paying me, you can be sure that I'm going to go above and beyond. My goal and my joy is to see you succeed. One of my goals for 2025 is to train at least 1,000 people and help them see the power of content marketing, and to see maybe 20 to 50% of the people begin to get amazing results in the year 2025. So follow me on this amazing journey. All right, so well, wrapping this up already. Much of the guys in the backyard, I can't get to bring them on. Let me see. Itunu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good
Okay,
evening.
your video is not turned on. Can you turn on your video?
I'm shy.
Your what?
This place is pretty dark. Oh, I don't know
I
if
didn't
you can
hear
hear me.
you. Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, I said it's quite dark here. You might not be able to see
It's
my
quite
face.
dark. Oh, okay. But I'm struggling to hear you. Can everybody hear you well? Can every other person hear Itunu well? So if, I mean, we can actually have you give your testimonial without the video. It would have been best with the video, but without the video, it's fine. But let's be sure that your audio is loud first, because I'm struggling to hear you actually. So let me hear you. Can you speak? It's a no.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm
Okay, I
speaking.
can
Oh,
hear you. I can hear you.
okay. Can I go ahead?
All right, please go ahead. Take it over.
Oh, okay.
It's I can't hear you again. Oh, it's a no.
I'm speaking, and I can hear you loud and clear.
But okay, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
So everybody's. I think Peace is also saying she can barely hear you. It's I can't hear you. All right, I can't hear you. I don't know what's happening at your end. It can be your hands free or whatever it is you're
What is
using,
actually?
but I can't hear you.
Oh, so sorry about.
All right. So I've had to actually, bring you from out of the screen. If you actually have fixed that, please let me know. And we are wrapping up already. All right. So, guys, like as I'm rounding up, I want to say it was nice doing this with every member of the cohort, the first cohort. It was super, super nice actually having you guys on board. If you're watching this and you want to be a part of the second cohort, the 21 days of marketing genius. And I think I need to say this too. So I did a 90 days of marketing genius towards the end of last year. I think it started from October 2nd until December 31st. And when I was actually doing the 90 days of marketing genius, it didn't occur to me that I was going to start this in January. Don't forget, I said I had had the inspiration to do this since last year, but it never occurred to me that I was going to actually start this in 2025. So when finally we're going to start this in 2020, and I was thinking, okay, so what are we going to call this? And then it came to my mind that, oh, you did a 90 days of marketing genius last year. So we're going to call this 21 days of marketing genius. All right. So that is how we came about the name for the program, 21 days of marketing genius. All right. And content marketing, if you get it right and you do it well, it's actually a genius innovation. It's a mind-blowing innovation. How that you can show up, you can feel comfortable in your own skin, creating content, helping people, educating people, informing them, and you're still selling. All right? You're selling, but it does not feel like you're selling. And the people who are buying from you too do not feel, uncomfortable relating with your brand and paying you money. In fact, often than not, they feel very excited when they are parting with their money to you, because in the course of the relationship, like I said, which can be 1 month, it can be 2 months. The buyer's journey that you're taking them on, it can be 1 month, it can be 1 week, it can be 1 day. In the course of the journey, you have proved to be a very valuable friend and a very helpful friend. So you've been taking them on a journey, showing up for them, helping them to get from point A to point B, from point B to point C. And then when you finally make an offer, asking them to give you the chance to take them from point A to point Z, they just feel very good parting with their money for you based on the strength of the relationship that you have built with them in the course of your engagement with them. Content marketing is the big deal. If you want to actually rock LinkedIn in 2025, there's a way you can show up on the internet and you can show up very attractive. And then you're going to be attracting opportunities, collaborations, sales opportunities to yourself. I always tell people there are two approaches you can use on LinkedIn. There is the attract model, there's the apply model. The apply model is when you go to LinkedIn, see a job posting, and then you go apply for the job, or when you send cold pitches and warm pitches, that. But the attract model is just that reinforces your positioning, showing up well positioned, Your brand value, your brand offering is clear. What you can do for the client or the customer is clear. And then you're showing up with your content, reinforcing that positioning. And then on your own, people are reaching out to you in their DMs saying they want to do business with you. That is the superb way to actually get the bag on LinkedIn in 2025. So finally, I'm going to see if we can hear Itunu's voice, but we can't hear it. We are calling this a day already. Itunu, can you hear me? So let's see if you're audible now.
Yeah, loud and clear. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, this is beautiful. I can hear you. So go ahead. Can you hear me? So let's see. Yo. Go ahead. Then we cannot hear you again. What is happening? So 1 minute I hear you, the next minute we can't hear you again. It's a no. We cannot. I cannot hear you again, and I think everybody cannot hear you too. Well, I don't know what's happening.
Why is
We
that?
can't. Hello, hello. It's a no.
I can hear you.
What's happening? Then we hear you 1 minute.
Same
Maybe it's your
thing.
next.
Hey.
Can you go ahead now? See,
Uh,
go ahead, just go ahead and let's see if it
yeah.
works.
Okay, so it's been a transformative experience,
Okay, I think I can finally conclude. It's your network is bad. We can't hear you again. All right, guys. So we are wrapping this up. We are wrapping this up. I was thinking I could also go to Seller. I mean, everybody that has rated the program from the first cohort are giving the program a 5 star. And from the feedback, it's a 10 over 10 for everybody, which is super amazing. I want to say it was it was nice doing this with everybody. All right. And as we wrap this up right now, I'll see those of you that are in the second cohort. I'll see you in cohort 2. And if you're not joining us for cohort 2, I also want to see you doing well. I'm rooting for you. I love you. And as we take a bow,
Und ich mit all den Sportlerinnen, mit der dicken, fetten Zugabe
I want to sing
von Right
Stand Up for the Champion for you again.
I will to be the best, number one, nothing less. Destiny, I have waited for champion. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions.